If you're in the market for a new construction home in the greater Charlotte area, there is an overwhelming process that goes along with that. First off, you have to find the right neighborhood and as well as the right builder, and I'm here to help you out with that. There's a whole process that goes along with that, and I can help break down all the different communities and builders. I have a whole spreadsheet to make sure that I don't leave any stone unturned on every community out there for you, because there's an overwhelming amount. But along with finding the right neighborhood, there's a whole nother process on the back end that if you are going to be building from the ground up, or if you're with somebody that you have an extended build time frame, you have no idea what this is. You have no idea what the building process is. So I'm here to help you out with both of those things. And I'm going through it personally right now. So actually back in September of last year, September of 2023, I mentioned that about how I was gonna be building my custom home. So if you wanna learn a little bit more about that process, you can go watch that video here. But we kind of, you hit the go button too quickly there. Life changes a lot and there's a lot of things that go on. So I'm excited to now finally say that we are officially breaking ground. As you can see behind me, we are very close. Our time frame right now to being fully completed on our custom home build is looking around, September timeframe, September, October timeframe, which would be absolutely amazing because I have two children. I have a 3-year-old and a 19-month-old, and now I have another one on the way, October 8th. So gonna be very busy, and if I can knock this out before that due date is here, that would be the best gift in the world. So, but main reason I wanted to shoot this video is to let you know, if you're building a home in the greater Charlotte area, hit that subscribe button. I got you covered. I will break down all the different neighborhoods, communities, floor plans that may be appealing to you. But again, I can be an advisor and help you understand what all goes along with this. I've sold plenty of different builders. There's a whole different process with each and every one, but they all have relatively the same process, going from the ground up in regards to building. And a lot of these builders are going to be doing a mono slab, so I'm doing a monolithic slab behind me, and I think this is going to be very helpful. I'm going to be releasing more videos as we get farther along in the process to share with you what it's like to build a home from the ground up, and to understand what a monolithic slab is and what the next steps are going to be like. And I really think that this is going to be helpful for everyone to really understand what goes along in this very long, very intensive, and a lot of different phases of a project like this. So currently, I'll kind of run you down what we went through. Now we are doing a custom offsite build, so it's not like a normal production builder where I do a lot of videos where you're in a large neighborhood where they have all these communities, all these lots already subdivided, laid out. They have a city sewer, city water connection. They're getting all the utilities already lined up. But here, we have no major utilities out here. We do have power running back, if you can see the power line behind me, but we'll just have to run a quick little pole out to us to get temporary power. But we didn't even have a driveway. So the first thing that we had to do was we had to get a culvert. So right of the main road, there's a big ditch where all the runoff of the water comes down from. We had to build a culvert that has a drain that allows that runoff to go under the driveway, as well as having a smooth, easy drive in to your home. So that was the first thing that we had to do. We had to get a culvert, clear out some trees, do some land clearing, but luckily there's not a ton of land clearing behind me. Most of this is just pastures, a little bit of tree lining in the front yard, or off the front of the road. So once we got the culvert done, then it came down to getting the driveway cut in. So we got the driveway cut in. That was relatively quickly. They knocked that out. Then they went and laid some stone as well, so we can have a nice, awesome driveway to come in. And that was an awesome experience to see. Coming from not seeing anything and just seeing everything on paper, to then now being able to drive back here without driving over a whole bunch of pastures and hills and everything like that was it kind of started to make it feel a little bit more real. But once they did that, they went straight into, they're going to be clearing out the building pads, and that's pretty much just laying the foundation, or the right setting for where the actual slab is going to be. So they laid out the building pad. Then from there, the next day, or about a week or so, they dug for some footers. So the footers are for the monolithic slab. They have to dig down deeper to make sure they have secure footing and footers laid for the actual slab itself, which this is amazing. They are doing that today. They just finished pumping everything. They're getting everything nice and laid out right now. They dug those footers, and then once they got the footers dug, they were able to go through the process of doing underground plumbing. Because when you're doing a monolithic slab, it's not like a crawl space or anything like that, or a basement where you have easy accessibility to all of your mechanicals, plumbing, HVAC, or anything anything like that. If there's anything that's gonna need to be run for like a kitchen sink, any drainage that's gonna be running out, you have to do it at that point in time, and that's what the builder is going to do. And you can see in some of the pictures that I throw up here that ground plumbing was done. They ran all the plumbing lines that they needed to, as well as some electrical. So if you're getting like electrical where you're going to put in the living room, where you have to hook up your couches in the living room or something like that, or if you have an island that's kind of, doesn't have any access to the second story where they can't run electrical down, they're gonna have to run what's called conduit. Conduit's gonna run just pretty much just a pipe where you can just feed wire through there. So we had to run some conduit through there to get to the right spots. But that gets us all to today. So today, again, is an awesome day where they're pouring the slab and they're getting everything laid out. And I'm with my family right now. They are over here and they're hanging out on the playground. We have this awesome playground set up behind me, so that way we can sit and watch as our dream home comes to life right here. So it's an awesome day watching all this take place. It's kind of crazy whenever you see a house be built from the ground up. We walked through the house before they had the foundation laid out, or whenever they dug out the footers, and it really just felt super small. It was kind of deceiving. So it's going to be interesting. I know I've heard from plenty of other people, and from my experience as well, is when you walk through the different phases of a build, you're going to really kind of understand, or not really understand what's going on in regards to the size. You think, oh wow, this is way too small, and that's exactly what we thought. It's going to be way too small. So I'm interested to see what it's going to feel like whenever I walk through this, once the slab has dried and I'm able to walk through it. But right now it already seems a ton bigger than what it looked like before. So main thing I wanted to get across to you guys on this video is that we kind of jumped the trigger way early when I shot that video back in September, but now is a much better time. Everything happens for a reason, and we have another one on the way. I'm extremely blessed to be able to do this, have a growing family, and be at the position where I'm at, and also be able to help you guys out. So I love what I do. I love being able to go over this new construction process, go over all the neighborhoods, builders and everything like that with you. And again, if that's something that you're looking for, new construction in the greater Charlotte area, I'd love to help you out. I know a lot of people watch this channel, but some people just don't reach out. If you need help with anything whatsoever, if you have a simple question, reach out to me. All my information is in the description below. This is my job. I love what I do. And I really have a passion for making sure I provide you all the information on all the varying communities and builders and everything like that. I'm very kind of OCD about stuff like this, and I have a whole spreadsheet, like I mentioned many times before, on all the different builders, neighborhoods, and floor plans in the greater Charlotte area. And I have a process of taking in what you're looking for and going through and narrowing down that spreadsheet in every single community that I update quarterly, because there's always new communities coming out, and I send you over everything that might be in your alley. And I really think that with the new construction process, it can be really hard because they don't upload all their listings to the MLS. So I really am proud of what I've done setting that up, and I really think that that helps a ton of people out there. So if you, pretty much what I'm trying to get across is, if you need help with anything whatsoever, reach out to me. I'd love to do a Zoom call in the description below, or answer any questions you have to make your dreams come true and find your next home. Or I can also help you out in finding land. I've recently helped clients find land, and they're getting started on a process just like this, and I'm helping advise them through that whole process as well, because it can be hard to even find a new construction home nowadays, because things are still selling quickly, as quickly as they have been. So not much has changed in that aspect. So a lot of me talking here, a lot more personal, not a lot more personal on this one, but like I said, I think this is going to be helpful for me to, down the road, to record this process so I can show that to my kids, and they can see our house being built from the ground up, the house that they grew up in, and the house that they'll be in for a while until I kick them out of the house at 18. But I think it's going to be helpful for me to keep track of that, as well as providing you guys the information on what to expect whenever you're building your home from the ground up. So I'm going to try my best to get the builder in here along the way as well, so he can try and explain different phases, like the monolithic slab, in more detail with all the terminology, and explain everything down to a T as much as I can. But he's busy, I'm busy, helping clients out and everything, and they're moving fast on this thing. So with the time frame that he's telling us, we're trying to get in by September time frame. It's going to be kind of difficult for me to try to videotape every phase of construction and everything, but I'm going to try my best to be here because I think this is going to be a great resource for you guys. So with all that being said, again, I hope this is going to be helpful for you. If you want to follow along, I think it's going to be really cool to watch my house get built from the ground up. If you want to follow along, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be trying to roll out videos like I mentioned, but I do the same process for my clients as well. I go and check up on their houses. If they're building from the ground up, if they're building from scratch where they're pouring a slab, they're doing underground plumbing. I've done this for clients where I go out there and I videotape every single phase of construction, send this all to them, and I send them over a bow tie at the end whenever they close of the progress from start to finish. So I'd love to do all this for you. I'd love to hear from you if you have any questions at all, like I mentioned before, but stay tuned for the progress, and it's going to be exciting times, and we'll see you on the next one.